Now at 6, what comes next now that Carthage voters have removed a city council member from office? Plus, more than 100 museum professionals make their way to Fort Scott for a museum conference. And technology could bring beneficial changes to the Missouri DMV.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The Carthage City Council now has another vacancy to fill in the wake of yesterday's public vote to recall Councilmember Tiffany Kosey. This is KOAM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. The vote came after a petition to remove Kosey gained enough votes this past summer, which led to the question being added to yesterday's ballot. KOAM's Melissa Alexis spoke to some community members for their reaction.
Anytime you're elected to any position, I think conduct's very important.
Tiffany Kosey will no longer be a member of the Carthage City Council as of November 5th. Dolores Glendening is a resident who says she hopes Kosey's removal brings peace to the Carthage community.
Let's always hope they do what the citizens want, and yes, I do want peace.
Things should be done, at the pleasure of the voter and the people,
Jerry Neal, another community member, believes this will resolve some of the tension in the Carthage City Council and lead to a less tumultuous dynamic.
Turmoil is never good. It's, try to get along with everyone as much as possible. It's not easy to do, but, I just hope that that will all reach fruition and everybody will be back and enjoying each other again.
Kosey was recalled with 730 people voting yes to the recall and only 457 people voting no. A crowd at the courthouse cheered Tuesday night as Jasper County Clerk Charlie Davis announced Kosey will be recalled, with 61.4% of voters in support of the decision. Glendening is optimistic the person who replaces Councilmember Kosey will be less controversial, and she believes more can be accomplished through a more harmonious city council.
That's what we need to do, is pick somebody that knows about the community and that's lived here a while and knows what's going on better than I do. But so that we can all get along, because you can accomplish a lot more.
Reporting in Carthage, Melissa Alexis, KOAM News.
Carthage City Council members say they're going to move forward to fill her position along with other vacant seats in the council. We've reached out to Kosey for comment, but we have not heard back. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy now for a first look at the weather.
Well, it turned out to be a great Wednesday for us today. Temperatures were fantastic, quite a bit of sunshine outside. Cooling down though, 56 in Joplin, 55 in Pittsburgh, Fort Scott 54, 57 in Welch. Anderson is sitting at about 62 degrees. So through the evening, we slide through the 50s into the 40s. Kind of chilly, not bad. We do have clear skies. We're going to stick with the clear skies as we go through the overnight hours. Rain, snow building out across the Rockies. This is our next storm system, but it's going to take its time moving in. So most of the rain tomorrow stays to our west. Late Friday, it starts to advance in, showers and thunderstorms, and then kind of works through as we go through the morning hours on Saturday. So we're going to be talking more about this system and what is to come here in just a bit.
See you in a few. The city of Pittsburgh is going to hold its annual State of the City address this coming Tuesday at Memorial Auditorium. Members of the Pittsburgh City Commission will be there. The public is invited also to attend this free event, although a limited number of tickets are available through Memorial Auditorium. Well, over 100 museum professionals from around Kansas are in Fort Scott for a 3-day gathering. The Gordon Parks Museum is hosting the 2024 Kansas Museums Association Conference, but activities are spilling over to other Fort Scott venues, including the Fort Scott National Historic Site, the Lowell Milken Center, and the Ellis Fine Arts Center. Conference attendees are touring various attractions and attending workshops on a wide range of topics and the latest trends in museums and preservation.
History, no matter what is happening in our world, that history is important to save, it's important to share, and it is important to understand, because history tells us a lot about the present. It tells us a lot about the mistakes we've made in the past, and hopefully it will guide us to make better decisions in the future.
For 55 years, the KMA Annual Conference has served as a focal point for its member institutions that range all across the Sunflower State. If you need to get a new driver's license in Missouri, well, you're going to have to wait until next week. The Missouri Department of Revenue is rolling out a new driver license system all across the state. They're installing new equipment right now. It'll eventually allow you to renew your license online. But to get those systems in place, they have to pause driver's license services. Some license offices will be open tomorrow for motor vehicle services only, but expect all offices to be closed on Friday and on Monday for Veterans Day. They expect the new systems to be up and running by Tuesday. Emergency crews respond to a fire in Jasper County. That's coming up, but up first. Heavy rains lead to the tragic death of 2 poll workers in southwest Missouri. Tonight we're learning details about a tragedy involving 2 southwest Missouri poll workers who drowned after getting caught in severe flooding early yesterday morning. The latest from Adam Woodbury.
This area that you see behind me here is where all the water was flooding over the road. Much of the shoulder has been washed out, and according to the sheriff's office, some of the road is even in danger of collapsing. This is all that's left after a night of catastrophic flooding, and 2 people have lost their lives.
The bridge was taking most of the water, but we had so much rain in a short amount of time.
A rural highway in Wright County, now bearing the scars of deadly catastrophic flooding. Sunday night into Monday morning, Wright County Sheriff Sonny Byerly and his deputies were kept busy with rescues happening across the county. One of them, along Highway H east of Maynez, is where 5 people in 3 different cars were swept off the road.
We had the 2 boys in one car and then a single gentleman in the third car.
But the couple from the second car, a man and a woman in their early 70s, were spotted clinging to a nearby tree. The 2 teenage boys tried to reach them.
I want to give credit to those 2 boys because they were brave. Not only were they in a crisis, but they got to the shore, they called for help, they came back, and they made several attempts to get out there to rescue those 2.
The couple was found around 8 o'clock Monday morning, about 100 yards from the road. They died holding on to each other. The sheriff says he knew the couple personally, and they were some of the best people in Wright County. Now their family is left with their loss.
And they're not easy. I mean, to go in and tell them that, you know, the loved one that they had just saw moments before has now passed away is rough on them.
Authorities are investigating an early morning house fire in Jasper County. That call came in just before 3:45 this morning in the 500 block of County Lane 263. The home was engulfed when they arrived. Authorities say the fire began in the living room or kitchen area. A woman who lived there was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. A little later, heavy rains bring an unwelcome side effect: sinkholes.
Plus, we do have more chances. Well, it turned out to be a little bit cooler for us today, but quite a bit of sunshine. We had some patchy fog during the morning hours, burnt off. Turned out to be a nice day. Sunny skies, of course, dark now. Great shot. Downtown Joplin. We're looking at our Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex tower cam, of course, looking off toward the north and to the east. Looks good. That's what we're going to see as we go through the evening hours. Let's go ahead, zoom in. 55 in Carthage, 60 in Bentonville. Miami at 59, Pittsburgh sitting at 55 degrees. We'll slide back through the 50s into the 40s, sitting at 56. 7th range line. Northerly winds are light. Through the evening, slide back through the 50s into the 40s, mid 40s, so kind of chilly once again as we go through the overnight hours. And we have a light kind of easterly wind. These winds will pick up a little bit for us as we go into the daytime hours on Thursday. But clear skies, we're going to stick with the clear skies tonight. You can see the clouds increasing west of Wichita. You got rain, you got snow. This is our next storm system out across the Rockies. Here's the upper level low. But the jet stream's way up in Canada. So we call this a cutoff low, meaning it is cut off from the flow of the jet. So there's nothing to push it toward us. So it just kind of slowly walks toward us as we go through the next couple days. So tomorrow's going to be dry, and then we'll start to see those chances for rain increasing on Friday. Also, the tropics have kind of lit up a little bit. This is Hurricane Rafael, which is passing through Cuba and will continue to work its way. It's a Category 2, right through the central parts of the Gulf. And then by Friday evening, still a Category 2, very small storm. But then we'll have to see where he wants to go. He may just kind of die out in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico, so we'll be watching that as we go through the next several days. Let me walk you through time tonight. Dropping back into the mid-40s, clear skies. Quite a bit of sunshine once again on your Thursday. Upper 50s to near 60 by noon. And I think most of us 62, 63 degrees for afternoon highs. Clouds increase tomorrow night. So by Friday, expect mostly cloudy skies. Now, you can see the rain increasing out along and west of the I-35 corridor. And some showers will get in by Friday evening, mainly Kansas and Oklahoma. And see how slowly this system works east. So most of the rain with this system in the western half of the viewing area. Finally, a band will push into southwestern Missouri by Saturday morning. So we'll start Saturday with some showers and then we'll clear out as we go into the afternoon. So rainfall amounts heavier on the Kansas and Oklahoma side. Some areas 1, maybe 2 inches. On the Missouri side, closer to a quarter, maybe a half an inch of rain. So it's not going to be as heavy as what we saw just a couple days ago. 45 to start, 58 by noon, high temp. Tomorrow is 63 degrees. Let's go 64 on Friday, 67 Saturday. Sunday looks great. Monday 68, thunderstorm chances again by the middle of next week.
It's nice to get at least a brief period to dry out a bit after
know,
the
we need it.
saturation we had.
Definitely.
Thanks, Doug. Some communities in our area received, well, an unwelcome side effect from all that rain in recent days. Look at this, sinkholes. At least a couple of fairly large ones have formed since Sunday. One in Duquesne, another in Joplin. The Duquesne sinkhole is on the western edge of the city. The Joplin sinkhole is near a home in the Parr Hill area, and it's a whopper. That one measures 10 to 15 feet across, about 6 feet deep. Authorities say neither sinkhole posed a threat to any structures. Still ahead, Missouri Southern and Pitt State women's soccer meet for the first time, and a former Lions football player announces his retirement from the NFL. John Dale says those stories and more up next.
Hey, welcome into sports. I'm John Dales. Pittsburgh State and Missouri Southern women's soccer both won't earn a spot in the 2024 MIAA postseason tournament. So that means today is the final game of the year for both the Lions and the Gorillas. Last game of the season for Missouri Southern and Pittsburgh State. It takes place on the Gorilla soccer pitch. We start in the 11th minute, no score yet. Loose ball, Clarissa Davis steps into one from way outside the box. That's easily grabbed by Gorilla goalkeeper Jocelyn Kramer. We're still in the first half, 20th minute. Carrie Cunningham on a breakaway for PSU, but nice late pressure there from Lizeth Almaraz. That shot gets gobbled up by Bella Smith for the Lions. 36th minute now. Great defense here by Aviana Gonzalez to win the ball away, then sends it to her teammate, Dally Hill, who sends a beautiful cross right back in front of the goal to Gonzalez. That's headed in for a goal. That breaks the scoreless tie, and the Gorillas do an excellent job controlling the tempo the rest of the way through. They win 1-0, and they finish their inaugural season with an 8-2 record. Switching gears to pro football, one of the all-time greats to ever play for the Missouri Southern Lions announces his retirement from the NFL. Former Missouri Southern Lion Brandon Williams is retiring as a member of the Baltimore Ravens, the team announces this week. Williams was a 10-year NFL veteran. He spent 9 of those seasons with Baltimore, then won a Super Bowl as a member of the Chiefs in the 22-23 season. He played college football at MSSU from 2008 to 2012. Williams was a 2-time first-team All-MIAA performer. His senior year, he was named MIAA Defensive Player of the Year, and he holds the Missouri Southern program record for career sacks with 27. The Lion alum was selected by the Ravens in the third round of the 2013 NFL Draft. That's the highest draft slot for any player in Southern program history. He's a one-time Pro Bowler. That was 2018 with Baltimore. He finished his pro career with 325 tackles, 7 sacks, and 1 touchdown. Switching gears to Oklahoma high school softball, Miami senior Sydney Forrester is named to the All-State team by the Oklahoma Secondary School Activities Association. War Dog middle infielder is committed to continue her softball career at the University of Missouri, and she helped lead the War Dogs to 3 consecutive regional championships. Over to Division I men's college basketball, Arkansas plays its first game of the season tonight. That's also the first game under the direction of head coach John Calipari. Razorbacks are the number 16 team in the country, according to the preseason AP poll. They play host to Lipscomb this evening. That's a mid-major team from the A-Sun Conference. In pro basketball, the Thunder are on the road tonight. For the second time in this young NBA season, they'll play the Nuggets in Denver. OKC won the first matchup between these two by 15 points on opening night a couple weeks ago. And the Thunder enter the evening with a perfect 7-0 record. They're the only remaining unbeaten team in the Western Conference. Obviously, you got an 82-game season. You're not going to go undefeated, but the way that the Thunder have started, right where they picked off last year, it's looking pretty good.
Thunder on a roll,
yeah,
so to speak. We'll be right back. Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. We're going to find out who benefited from a grant celebration at the Memorial Auditorium in Pittsburgh. Plus, changing of the seasons can bring a change of moods. We're going to take a look at the signs of seasonal depression. And mortgage rates remain high despite the Fed cut in interest rates. We're going to take a closer look at what's driving the housing market. Those stories, a lot more, it's coming up tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. Dozens of businesses and colleges showed up at McDonald County High School today for this career fair. The event offered students career insights into such fields as retail and manufacturing, healthcare and government, and others. The goal was to give students an opportunity to network with local business leaders and to provide a look at some possible future career opportunities.
The main goal is just sprinkling those seeds of what are you going to do in the future. Whether they're a sophomore in high school or a senior in high school, the main thing is that they can see what's out there, and if they're interested in something, what route do they need to take to get there.
Students were able to use a fun bingo-style card to collect career information, making that event both educational and interactive. If your weather bingo card includes sun and rain and mild and chilly overnights, we're going to fill a lot of those squares tonight.
A little bit of everything. It is going to be chilly tonight, 63 tomorrow. Clouds will increase with showers by Friday evening, lasting into Saturday.
Final sports notes.
Jasper High School volleyball is going to the state tournament. We're going to hear more from the Lady Eagles tomorrow morning as they get ready to go.
We certainly wish them well. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here for KOAM News at 10. Let's make it a great evening.